Just how strong is Bryan Solari? Let's talk about it. Bryan Solari is the leader of Alpha Corps, FloorSpark's elite Super Cop team. His story begins during the Great War of Separation. At the time, he was a 2-star Major General in the U.S. Army. When the U.S. orders an invasion of Texas, a nation he now views as independent, Bryan defects and joins the Texan side. He's then selected for their Accept Creation program, a project designed to activate dormant superhuman genes through painful experimentation. The results? A flying Super Cop with absurd levels of strength and durability. In Alpha Corps 1, we see him casually deflecting bullets and withstanding blasts of fire, but in Alpha Corps 2, things escalate when he's struck by spent plutonium rounds, described as being used to bust bunkers. A reasonable real-world comparison would be the A-10's 30mm depleted uranium ammunition. These rounds are designed to tear through heavy armor targets. These clearly hurt Bryan. They burn him, crack his ribs, and stagger him, but they never penetrate his skin. Taking repeated hits from armor-piercing ammunition suggests a level of durability closer to advanced military materials than ordinary flesh and bone. So we know he's tough, but how strong is he? In the Great War of Separation, we get our first demonstrations when Bryan casually shoulder presses 4 tons and remarks that he could easily handle another stack. That's roughly 8 tons, or about 5 compact cars stacked on top of one another. Later, he rips the top off a tank and swings it like a baseball bat. For an M1A1 Abrams tank, that section could weigh around 25 tons, or roughly 55,000 pounds. That's like swinging 50 grand pianos at once. But Bryan's greatest feat comes from his attempt to stop the falling eagle's nest. As the massive airborne fortress plummets towards the city, Bryan flies underneath it and tries to slow its descent. He ultimately fails, but he isn't crushed beneath it. In fact, the pressure he exerts upward is so immense that sections of the fortress visibly buckle around the point of contact. The structure is enormous, something like a flying aircraft carrier, which can weigh up to 100,000 tons. Even if Eagle's Nest only weighs a fraction of that, surviving that force places Bryan in an entirely different league from most characters we've seen so far. Bryan Solari stands as one of the strongest and most durable Accepts on Earth. We haven't seen the full capabilities of characters like Isom or Yaira, making definitive rankings difficult. And if characters like Wilkins and Stefania have taught us anything, it's that extreme circumstances can push acceptabilities even further. Still, outside of someone like Zaylan, who can destroy a planet-sized starship by using his own body as a projectile, it's hard to think of many characters who can rival Bryan's combination of strength, durability, and physical power. That was until the detention crew came out. Be sure to follow for more if you want to see my follow-up video about that. If you found this interesting, be sure to check out the Rippaverse, and thanks for watching.